News a Zoom room where we have, in lieu of Lillian Posadas, William Kando of the Guam Memorial Hospital here to provide our hospital update. We try and get someone, well, usually it's Lillian every other day to come on and give us an update on the status of the hospital. And so we'll get William this morning for the first time. William, welcome to the link. Good morning.
Good morning to you, both of you. It's good to be here.
We're glad to have you.
So yeah, we've got a lot going on at the GMH. The census, it seems like we've gotten a little break, Chris and Sabrina. Our total census is at 142, and that's certainly a lot more. It's going in a much better direction than I've seen in the past, where we're approaching as high as 190 to 200. So a little break, knock on wood, please.
William,
but still, we're still fighting the COVID battle.
Right, William. If you could, this 142 census, you talking about COVID and non-COVID patients?
That's correct.
Okay. So yeah. Can you break down just the COVID admissions?
So just the COVID as of this morning, we have zero in our Care 1 and Care 2 units, and that's good to see. In Care 3, we have 8 COVID patients, 7 medical, 1 is OB. In Care 4, we have 20, 15 are tele, and 5 are medical. In Care 5, this is our ICU. This is our COVID ICU. 13, we have 13 there. We have 12 of them are ICU. 6 of them are on vents. In Care 6, this is the new unit that we've just recently developed, and we've installed a Ready Kit telemetry monitoring system of. They come in sets of 20. We recently installed that. We completed that yesterday, and so, or should I say Monday? I believe we completed that Monday, and so that's our new Care 6. And so we have a max capacity of 20 in that Care 6. But right now it's currently staffed at 10, and we currently have seven medical COVID patients in that Care 6. So as you can see, we continue to evolve and expand our COVID capacities at GMH, and of course that's a collaborative effort with GRMC to help us decompose our non-COVID.
William,
at the SIF, at our COVID isolation facility, we have 10 COVID medical patients, and that comprises the 58 that we have that are COVID at GMH.
Okay, so 58 total COVID admissions. Do you have the number, the total number of COVID patients that are receiving ICU level of care?
So, total COVID ICU level of care is 12, and then 6 of them are
on ventilator.
Then we have quite a few that are, a step down level from ICU, and these are in our Care 3 and our Care 4 unit, and now our Care 6.
Okay, so 58, 12 receiving ICU level of care, 6 on the vent, and 10 COVID patients are over at the SIF, the COVID isolation facility in Barrigada Heights.
That's correct, Sabrina.
Okay. And you've opened a new Care 6 unit as of Monday that has a capacity to accept 20 or to treat 20 COVID patients, but it's only staffed for 10.
That's correct. We had already opened it as a non-COVID unit, but since we were able to finally install our Ready Kit there, our telemetry monitors there in Care 6, that's when it switched from a non-COVID unit to a COVID unit.
Are you aware of any, deaths that may have occurred overnight over at the Guam Memorial Hospital?
There have been 0 deaths at GMH since for today so far, knock on wood, since midnight.
Right.
Do you have any updates on the work that the Army Corps of Engineers has been doing over at GMH? Any of the projects that they've been tasked to do after completing, I guess, the electrical work?
Yes, ma'am. Well, they completed the mission assignment #1, and that was in care units 3 and 4, predominantly to do electrical and mechanical upgrades. And so several weeks ago, they completed that already. And what that did for us is it gave us 6 additional negative pressure rooms in our Care 4 unit. And then if you remember the pediatrics unit, the former pediatrics unit had a PICU bay, right? Which was a capacity of 3. That bay was also converted for negative pressure. So that gives us a capacity of 3 more for negative pressure in that Care 3. So Care 3 and Care 4. And then on the electrical side, 22 rooms total in Cares 3 and 4. They improved our electrical capacity, our electrical outlets. They brought in additional electrical circuits. So it gives 22 more rooms in those care units, Care 3 and 4, the ability to do hemodialysis and reverse osmosis in that many more rooms, which gives us so much more greater flexibility to do bedside hemodialysis in these COVID care units. And so that was really, really, really appreciated by FEMA, FEMA approved project. Of course, Guam, we still carry a local share for these projects, 25%. They are, I believe they're getting ready to get final approval for Care 2. We want to do an electrical upgrade for Care 2 as well. This is to bring in additional circuits so that all 4 rooms in our Care 2 unit can also do hemodialysis and reverse osmosis.
Mm-hmm. So that was mission assignment 1, you said? Are there any other mission assignments?
Yeah, the mission assignment 2, we're trying to get them to proceed with the Care 2 unit to do a similar electrical upgrade in that Care 2 unit. It's only a capacity of 4 in the Care 2, but that is our COVID overflow, COVID ICU overflow of 4 from our ICU unit. That gives us 4 more ICU, and we need the ability to do HD in those rooms. And so that's what that project is going to do once they're able to proceed. And we're working with the Guam Homeland Security, the governor's office on this one, BBMR, in order to make sure that the funding is right for the local share, 25%. And we should be with the governor's office and the Homeland Security, FEMA, with their support, we'll be able to proceed with that project very soon under the Army Corps of Engineers again.
And any other projects, or that's pretty much it?
We have other small projects that we still need to do electrically, but then what we may be able to go procure those locally without the Army Corps' help. But yeah, we continue. We are always looking for ways to expand and improve our capability, our capacities. So, every day is, with this virus, it's a learning experience. And so as it evolves, we evolve with it. And so that's why we needed this additional help from the Army Corps, especially on some of these projects. It's very difficult to quickly source the supplies and materials that a contractor would need. Mm-hmm. So in those particular instances, that's why we needed their help to not only to be able to quickly source and do the project, but in order to meet the immediate need for the population of Guam that COVID presents for us.
Is there anything else? So you have any update on, have there been any more inmates from the Department of Corrections that have been hospitalized? Last we heard there were 2. Have there been any additional COVID admissions from DOC?
We have 5 DOC inmate admissions. One of them is at the COVID isolation facility in Barragata, and the other 4 are admitted here. all of them are COVID.
Are any of them receiving ICU level of care or on ventilators?
I don't believe so, but I would have to confirm that, ma'am.
Okay. Anything else going on over at the Guam Memorial Hospital that you can share with us?
Well, we continue in this, in my discussion on evolving, we are working very closely with the surgeon cell, the Homeland Security, GRMC, and what we're doing, we're further evolving our alternate care site plan for Guam. I mean, we have alternate care sites, but on paper, we're trying to develop the plan in its entirety, and so we're trying to create that, and we're doing that as we speak. Each week, we have joint hospital meetings, and so we're still bringing, you know, a lot of these things that we're doing, we're actually implementing. Now we're trying to put it on paper in an organized fashion. And as we put that plan on paper, it's also an opportunity to see, you know, strengths and weaknesses, gaps, and especially relative to staffing. Like if we were to, if we were to have another big surge, and if we're trying to create like another 15-bed ICU somewhere, how many staff would that require? And so we're really evolving and trying to better organize our plan. It's not only for right now, but this will memorialize what we're doing and going forward, so that anytime this happens in the future, we will be so well prepared.
Mm-hmm. And this whole alternate care site, you said facility, is this similar to what the Army Corps of Engineers has done and built in states like New York?
I'm sure it's we have similarities, and we even look at other state plans to see what we can garner from them. But so for Guam, it's like for GMH, we're currently managing 3 sites. We're managing our SNF residents at the Catholic Social Services. We're managing the SIF, which used to be our SNF. That's an alternate care facility. And so we have GMH, and then there's GRMC. That is an alternate care facility. And so where else do we need to develop and even like deploy these Blue Med tents that could also be alternate care sites, so that and then not only for acute care purposes, where can we have organized outpatient therapeutics that would help minimize hospitalizations, patients that need to be hospitalized either at GMH or GRMC. And so that's the kind of strategic planning that we're engaged in with Team Guam.
Mm-hmm. Just for clarification, you mentioned the SNF, and did you say Catholic Social Services?
Yeah, we have our SNF residents. You know, we put them at the adult daycare center at Catholic Social Services. That's where our residents have been since the beginning of this. We moved them right in the month of March, I believe it was, thereabouts, because they are a vulnerable population, high risk for, you know, if they were to catch COVID, you know, so we're protecting them. That's where we put them. You know, they're part of our non-COVID census.
Okay. Yeah, I think I read board minutes of this, I want to say months ago, about this movement of the SNF patients over to Catholic Social Services. But I think I also read that there was an issue of whether or not Catholic Social Services receive payment for the services they've been providing. Have they?
Yes, we have actually. We have been making payments on that because, and we're doing it through. We had to do it through a government claims process, because we were never able to finalize get a final approved contract signed on this one. It ran into some legal issues through the AG's office, and it never became a fully executed contract. So we're paying them. We're able to have them submit government claims for each month that we need to be paying them, and then that's what we're doing. We're making payments on those services rendered because it's been a valuable asset, alternate care site for Guam.
So there is now a signed contract?
No, there's still no fully executed contract. It just it may never have a fully executed contract. But we continue to pay for that service.
What did the AG say? That there needed to be one, or?
I think they have a variety of issues that maybe may not be able to be addressed, and so right now that's just, it is what it is. I mean, the facility is being used. The Catholic Social Services, the owner is satisfied. We're making payment, and that's our cards are on the table.
Okay.
Anything else
Yeah,
you want to add, William?
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look into that a
Yeah.
little more. Yeah, William, you've been there for a long time over at the Guam Memorial Hospital. I just wanted to ask, how are you holding up?
How are you, William?
Well, I've been here. Thank you for reminding. It'll be the 25 this coming April next year. But I don't feel old. I'm young again every day, coming to work, surrounded by people that are such a variety of ages here at GMH, and they all come with great energy that we just feed off of each other, all of us, because we do have miracles that happen every day, and when you're around that kind of treatment and care, and actually a lot of love, I mean, it really is uplifting every day. I look at this as a marathon. I ran a marathon in high school, and from a marathon perspective, it's all about pacing oneself. And so as long as you're pacing yourself and you don't run out in the beginning at a rabbit's pace, you won't burn out. You just got to pace yourself and just work together to uplift each other every day, and that's what we do. And we really love what we do. It really is. If you either love it or if you don't love it, I mean, you just won't survive in an environment like this. I mean, you really should find a different profession if you don't really love it, and we truly love it.
Have any hospital staff contracted the virus since the last time we had spoke to Lillian? Or any recent cases with the staff?
Mm-hmm. No, I'm still at total staff that had gotten COVID at 89. 5 in isolation. 1 was an RN and 8 in quarantine. 3 of them are RNs that are in quarantine. So it hasn't really. We've been really going a long way to protect our staff, to prevent. We can't lose our staff. I mean, and that we've been bringing in, contract nurses from off island, and so every nurse, every staff that we have is we really have to protect, because it's just that's it. They're the ones in the trenches, delivering this care. So we protect. We really have to protect them, and we protect them like they're gold.
Have you guys got the vaccine yet? Any word on the vaccine?
No, no, we are collaborating. We're meeting with public health. I don't believe Guam has the vaccine yet. I think it's a work in progress. I know they're developing their plan and the logistics that will be needed to disperse it, to disseminate it. But we're really excited about the prospect of getting that vaccine. That will truly be a miracle in itself. And you know, our staff have been recently going through our annual infection control fair. And in that, this part of that, taking that test, that going through that fair is it tries to garner their interest, whether they would be receptive to getting the vaccine. And 72% of them, I believe it's about 72%, have indicated that they would take the vaccine.
Do we know which vaccine we might be getting?
I do not know because I have not been sitting in on those meetings with public health. It's been Dr. Badayo, and so I don't know which one it would be, whether it be the one from Pfizer or Moderna. But I think we'll all know pretty soon.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thanks, William. Appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me on. I really enjoyed it.
Stay safe.
Yeah, quick and painless.
Right.
Let's do it again.
Will do. Thank you.
Okay, William.
you.
See you. Let's keep it in the K-Wave News Zoomer, where we wanted to bring on Lisa Berdalio of Catholic Social Services to talk